Hello, my people, and this is Spectre Divide.
Recon wing up.
Oh, shit. One's coming back from mid. Nice. Hold on.
Another one. One's in sight. Nice.
Nice, guys. Nice. Good job. Just hold it. Hold it. You got this, guys.
Yeah,
Got
there's
one
so
behind.
many. Nice. Oh, alright.
Woo!
Alright.
That was an decent flank. Okay. Before I continue with this video, I just want to mention that this video is not sponsored whatsoever by Mountaintop Games. The thoughts and opinions are on my own, and they've just been gracious enough to provide myself as well as Ronoff and others keys to have access to the game before it was announced. So just to put that out there, now let's continue on with the video. I want to give a huge shout out to Mountaintop Games, but also Ronoff. Ronoff was originally contacted, but was able to get me as well as a couple other creators involved into it. So massive shout out to both of these people. This game is something special, and I want to talk a little bit more about what this game is about. This is a 3v3 tactical shooter that takes inspiration from the likes of Valorant, CS, and Siege, just to name as an example, but has something a little bit different to it. So you're playing with 3 versus 3, but you have 6 players on the board. How does that work? Well, you control 2 of those players, as one of them is your main character, but the other one is what's called a Spectre, and you can control each of them by a click of a button. Now this creates unique situations where I could set up a character on the flank and then start to control another character as I proceed to one site, or defend a site with both characters, or have them separated into different areas. It allows for a tactical gameplay that I've never really seen before in other games, and makes it set itself apart from the rest of the genre. And it's very addicting with how you can outsmart your players using your Spectre as well as your main character. And I've had some really cool moments playing this game, let me tell you that. Another thing that I wanted to mention is the art style that the game implements, which is absolutely stunning. It goes for this 90s-esque Japanese style anime look, and it just looks absolutely incredible. It is something that a lot of us were saying looked like a bit of Borderlands, and you can definitely see from how it's art direction that you can kind of get that sort of direction with the game, but it just looks absolutely cool while also looking very clean and focused, kind of like Valorant, where there's not much distractions in front of you. It keeps the game simple but easy to read so that you can focus on the game itself. Overall, massive plus for this game. Something I really enjoy. The game also implements a economy system similar to CS and Valorant, but you can buy for both of characters, so you'll have a certain tier of guns that will be depending on cost. That will be the main gun for one character, and then you can choose different rifles, shotguns, or SMGs for another character, and the same will go for a sidearm. It makes for a very interesting approach to the game, where you have to pick certain guns to fit your playstyle, but also what you and your Spectre are going to carry out in that round. And you'll also be just like Valorant, buying abilities as well as armor. And overall, I think the direction is really good. Again, adds a bit more uniqueness to the game, and something that I had to consider. But I will say this, I do sometimes forget to buy armor for my characters. So there have been times where I went into a round that I had no armor, but that's also because I was just too engaged with what was going on, and I didn't think to buy armor for a second. The gunplay feels tight and focused, and takes modern inspiration from games like Rainbow Six Siege, and unlike Valorant and CS, you can actually move and shoot while aiming down the sights. It's following a simple recoil pattern that you can practice in the practice range, and it just feels good. Now, as of the recording of this video, when this should be coming out by the time the game is announced, I have no clue as to when the game will be fully released, and I have not been informed as to when the game will be roughly released, but I imagine that developers will give more information as we get closer and closer towards the time. But overall, I think this game is amazing. This is something that I've been looking for in the tactical shooter genre for a very, very long time. It's something new, it's something different, and it's just something unique, something that we've been looking for considering the state of other games. And I'm just happy that we have a breath of fresh air, and I hope that this gets into the hands of the broader community much more soon so that we can get a better idea of how this game's going to go for the long term. But I have very, very high hopes for this game. I just can't wait. I just want to play more.